Welcome to Manton Ranger basketball this afternoon from Manton High School. Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart, and we will be calling the action for you. Welcome to you once again, JP, and thanks for joining me on a Saturday afternoon.
Hey, Swan, it's always good to see you. You know that.
Well, good to see you, too. With all this junk going on, we haven't been able to get together very often.
Very true. Very true.
Well, our pregame report brought to you by Shepler's Well Drilling. As mentioned, we are at Manton High School for girls high school basketball. And this afternoon, the Lady Rangers host the Lady Raiders of Charlevoix. The last time these two met, you have to go back to the very opening game of last year's season. They played in the opener, and Manton won a tight one, 52-49, and they both went on to have very, very, very good seasons last year, a year ago. Now, currently, Charlevoix is at 6-5 on the season. Their last game was last night. They lost to Boyne City 26-23. Manton has identical records, 6-5. Their last game was Wednesday night when they lost to Everett 53-40. Manton comes into the game averaging 47 points a game while giving up 42. So, as I said, both these teams identical records at 6-5. Now, next week is the final week of the regular season with district tournament action the following week. The girls' district begins Monday, March 22nd. The boys' district begins Tuesday, March 23rd. At this point, there's been a lot of speculation as to who will be the boys' and girls' opponents based upon the mathematical formula used by the MHSAA, because the MHSAA seeds the top two teams now in district play. Those seeds are going to be announced tomorrow by the MHSAA, and the district brackets can then be set up. The girls will not be one of the two-seeded teams, but right now the boys look like they will be the number 2 seed in their district at Houghton Lake. So, Smarty, a little bit different here. Starting last year, the MHSAA got involved in seeding the top 2 teams in the district.
Yeah, and I think that basically boils right down to is that you don't want to have the best 2 teams playing on opening night. If you remember way back when, we went over to Benzie Central, our boys team, and we were ranked, I think, number 1 or...
Yeah, we were.
We were ranked number 1, and we went over and met a very, very good Benzie team. And they got us the first night. And, you know, part of that is you want to get to separate the 2 best teams, but from a host aspect, you want those 2 best teams meeting in the final, typically on a year, just for a gate revenue. You know, because the way they set that up is that as a host, you get a certain percentage of that gate revenue, and you want a big crowd. Of course, it's going to be limited this year, but in the normal year, you want a big crowd for that last game, and just to make it a little bit more worth your while to be hosting a district from a financial standpoint.
Certainly no guarantee, of course, those 2 will meet, but at least they're not meeting in the first round.
Exactly.
Our sponsors on the live stream are Boswick's Drugstore, Northern Michigan Environmental Transport, Shepler's Well Drilling, and Wilder Heating and Cooling. So, Smarty, let's take a little closer look at the teams. The Lady Raiders of Charlevoix come into the game 6-5, as I mentioned. Their head coach is Mark Schroef. Last year, they went on to a 19-5 overall record, champions of the Lake Michigan Conference at 14-0. They were on a collision course with Manton for a quarterfinal matchup. Charlevoix was in a regional final, as was Manton when the season ended. And if each of them had won one more game, they would have played in the quarterfinals, but was not to be.
No, that would have been a lot of fun because as many people in the Manton area know that Matt Stuck is up in Charlevoix, and he had a daughter. His daughter Elise was playing for Charlevoix last year, and she missed most of the season with a torn ACL, but she had to come back for the tournament. So it would have been fun to see Matt, his family up there, and it would have been a nice night just all the way around.
Yes, it would.
Well, let's just take a quick look at the teams. Before we do that, Swan, we were talking before the game that our good friend Dan Travis often listens and watches the stream. So, hey, Teach, if you're listening, here's a shout out to you, buddy. We love you. Like Swanee has alluded to earlier, that Charlevoix is currently 6-5. They won their first 5 games this year, but have gone 1-5 since then. They're in 4th place in the Lake Michigan Athletic Conference with the very strong Elk Rapids team in 1st place. Charlevoix and Manton do not have a common opponent this year, so we don't have anything to kind of relate it to. And their roster is kind of interesting. They have 4 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 3 freshmen. And on the program, the sophomore is the only sophomore listed in the whole program. So that's kind of interesting. Charlevoix did play last night. They had a big rivalry game with Boyne City, which they won.
Lost.
Oh, they
Charlevoix
lost.
lost.
Oh, Charlevoix lost last night. And then now they have to quick turnaround and coming back and play an afternoon game today. So it'll be interesting to see how that, what kind of legs they have today.
Exactly. Coach Katona for the Rangers, he's in his 8th season. And we know the girls last year had also a great season, 22-2. They were district champions, but 7 of 9 graduated, including all 5 starters. When the girls this year have had their full roster, they have fared well, winning 5 out of 7. But since then, without Megan Moffitt and Asia Taylor, 2 starters, they have gone 1-3. Those 2 have been sorely missed. Now Megan should be back on Monday's game next week, and Asia is going to try and play today. She has her left hand taped up, but we'll see if she's able to go. But she is dressed and available.
Freshman Lauren Wilder continues to lead the team at point guard. She's averaging, as a freshman, 20 points a game. That's pretty impressive. Senior Sam Powers has stepped up, scoring and playing solid defense for the Rangers. Junior Grace War has taken full advantage of more minutes. Against Everett Wednesday night, she had 11 rebounds and 6 steals. Sophomore Leah Helsa has to be one of the top scorers at this time. And so it'll be another tough challenge for the Rangers with both Megan and we don't know about Asia yet. We'll have to wait and see how that thumb holds up. But it'll be interesting to see what we do today.
Yeah, both these teams kind of similar how their seasons have gone. Both started out really well, but now they've been struggling as of late. Like we said, Charlevoix has dropped 5 of 6. Manton has dropped 3 of 4. So the fortunes, at least, of one of these is going to turn around today with the win. Well, this has been our pregame report, sponsored by Shepler's Well Drilling. The teams have finished the warm-ups, and they'll be getting ready for our national anthem and the introduction of our starting lineup. So I'm going to turn it over to our PA announcer, who will take over for the next few moments.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Manton High School for today's non-conference matchup between the Charlevoix Raiders and your hometown Manton Rangers. Ladies and gentlemen, the privilege of this event is made possible by those who have fought and continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us now honor and respect their efforts in their country. Civilian gentlemen, please remove your hats. All veterans, we encourage you to render the appropriate salute, and everyone able, please stand at attention, placing your hand over your heart as we proudly sing our national anthem. Kylie Williams. The Rangers are coached by Mark Schroeder. Let's stand and make some noise for your hometown Manton Rangers. First, a freshman, number 1, Lauren Waller. A sophomore, number 2, Leah. A senior, number 4, Asia. Senior, number 12, Sam Howard. Junior, number 32, Grace Moore. The Rangers are coached by Mr. J.B. Picone.
Well, as you were saying, Smarty, interesting that Charlevoix has no seniors on their team and 1 sophomore combined JV and varsity teams. So they are heavy juniors and heavy freshmen.
You know, what's interesting about that is, as we have worked together over the last few years covering basketball, it seems like participation is down across the state with, you know, you used to see all kinds of kids out there. Teams with 12, 14 deep.
Charlevoix with the basketball, which has been the case all season, visiting team taking the ball first. And Manton knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Charlevoix basketball. This is Lauren Shepard inbounding to Taylor Petrosky. Skip pass to Petrosky. Right back to Sherrill. Shot denied. Kick it back outside. Rangers starting in a zone defense will make it a little tough for Charlevoix to get shots up. Penetrate into the lane, off the glass, no good by Cameron Turkelson, rebound Rangers. Wilder right down the lane, got it with the left hand. Saw an opening, took advantage, and the Rangers on the board.
Well, as you can see at home, that was a really nice job of penetration that time.
Sherrill with the basketball, goes to Turkelson. 3 up, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by Grace War. It'll be Raider basketball. Setting up out of bounds play for Petrosky, but shot was not there. Penetrating in the lane, shot up, got it. That's Michaela Sherrill with the bucket. That ties us at 2. Nice bounce pass
play.
inside. The Wilder just could not hit the bucket. You'll see that wrist protection for Asia Taylor on her left hand. There's a long 3 from Michaela Sherrill, and Charlevoix is up 5-2. Charlevoix playing man-to-man. Little backdoor pass intended for Helsel, knocked away. Here's Powers baseline, 10-footer. In and out. Taylor with the rebound, no good. Another one, and foul call.
I'm kind of interested to see how good a job we do on boxing out tonight. Swan, it seems like it's been a little problem for us.
Yeah, you're right. Well, that left hand didn't bother her on that free throw, nothing but net.
Yeah.
But there she had a couple rebounds. They've missed that with her out. Second one, no good. Rebound to Shepard. Ahead to Petrosky. Back to Shepard for 3. Shot short, but Petrosky's with the rebound. Up and in. Taylor Petrosky with the bucket. Quickly ahead to Helsel. First shot blocked, and Charlevoix comes away with it. So the Rangers had the break, but good job defensively with Charlevoix getting back.
Just good hustle.
Petrosky, right wing, high rebound, and Wilder comes down with it. Weaving her way through the lane, up, just falls off the rim, but Lauren Wilder will go to the free throw line.
All right, here's who was on. Did they ever tell us who was on? Okay, it's
Yeah.
10.
Yeah,
Torkelson. That's her first team second.
first free throw is short from Lauren. Charlevoix's first substitution, Collins in. She's a freshman wearing number 12. Second free throw is good. And Charlevoix leads at 7-4. Here's Cheryl. Petrosky left side, back to Cheryl. She's just a sophomore. And Charlevoix takes a timeout with 4:26 left to go here in the first quarter. So far, Smarty, looks like both teams kind of feeling out the other because Charlevoix seems to be very patient against that zone.
Yes.
Looking for the open shots, and Manton's been able to make some things happen against their man-to-man.
Yeah, early on, I've been real impressed. We've had some very good looks inside, backdoor type thing. And I noticed that Coach Catone has Lauren playing down below in the zone tonight, where before he's had her up in one of the top 2 positions. So I think,
Could be maybe a little safer fall-wise.
that's what I was thinking. He doesn't have a deep bench tonight. He's only got 2 kids on the bench. So
Yeah, that way Lauren's not out there chasing the ball maybe as much. So following Charlevoix's timeout, they will have the basketball, leading 7-4. Petrosky, Cheryl for a 3, no good, and rebound Asia Taylor. Double team down there, gotta get rid of it, and she does. Howard pushing it, baseline shot, Helsel, too long, and out of bounds to the Rangers.
good hustle down there. I noticed early on that we're doing a little better job boxing out.
Inbound pass, knocked out of bounds. Wilder goes deep to Grace War into the lane. Back out to Taylor, shot up. No good. Rebound to Michaela Sharrow for Charlevoix. And lost the handle. Over and back call as the Raiders turn it over.
Yeah, nice pressure that time by Lauren. She's putting a little pressure on it, then she'll retreat down to her position in the zone.
Helsel right side, back out to Powers. Here's War. Into the lane, tried to go underneath. Ball deflected, Raiders come up with it.
Boy, Grace sure does have a quick first step, doesn't she, Swan?
She does. She does. Here's Petrosky from the left wing. Shot up for three, no good. Good box out. Three of the Rangers surrounding the rim that time. Wilder pushing it to the rim. Shot blocked. And Charlevoix comes away with it. 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Petrosky into the lane. Shot up, no good. Out of bounds to the Rangers. Morgan Shepler checking in for the Rangers, giving Grace War a breather. Charlevoix applying some full court pressure.
I've always been a big fan of full court pressure. It doesn't necessarily have to be a press. It just makes people work and bring the ball up the floor.
And the more you do it, it tends to wear on you as the game goes on. You just don't get a break. Charlevoix with the steal to the other end. Shot out good. Leonie Collins wearing number 12. A freshman for Charlevoix gives the Raiders a 9-4 lead. Down in the corner, Asia Taylor looking for a cutting Wilder. Up off the glass, got it. With the left hand, nice play set up. Taylor to a cutting Wilder along the baseline. And Lauren will go for the three-point play.
As I was talking to Coach Hiller earlier in the year, and I'm sure Coach Catone had the same situation, is it was tough to put their offense in this year, particularly against a man defense, because they couldn't have any contact. So
Yep.
they had to kind of maybe install a new man-to-man offense. So.
Right to the hoop, off the glass, Michaela Sharrow for Charlevoix. Able to get through that zone pretty easily that time. Sam Powers bounced past to Shepler. And stolen. Petrosky with the basketball, ahead to Sharrow. And ball's on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball call and possession arrow to the Rangers. As we said in the pregame, Charlevoix just had a game last night, so they're right back on the court. Less than 24 hours later.
And at this point, John, I don't think it has a lot of ill effects. They should be getting up and down the floor pretty good.
Yeah, you're right. Ball knocked out of bounds by Charlevoix. Rangers will inbound. War back in for Shepler and a couple replacements for Charlevoix. Charlevoix trying to deny the inbound pass. Finally comes into Wilder. Powers in the corner. Taylor down the lane. Asia Taylor draws the foul and she'll go to the free throw line. As you said, Smarty, the Rangers are finding paths to the rim.
Yeah, they're getting some very good looks. That foul that time was on Turkelson. That's her second. And that's the team's fourth.
First free throw kind of rattled and popped out. Second one's good. 11-7, Charlevoix on top. Just 1 minute left to go, first quarter. Lauren out there now putting some pressure on as the Rangers have gone to a man-to-man. Or let me say matchup zone, and Rangers come up with the steal. So 35 seconds go. We'll see what they can do here with the first quarter winding down. Also with the basketball, right wing. Sam Powers looking to drive into the lane, but ball batted away. And knocked out of bounds to Charlevoix with 13 seconds on the clock. Rangers down 1-2-2. Lauren back outside, putting some pressure on. Ball underneath and shot up, no good. Kylie Williams for Charlevoix with that attempt. And that's the end of the first quarter as Charlevoix leads it 11-7. So we're going to do one of our sponsor spotlights. Let's start with Wilder Heating and Cooling today. Owner Chad Wilder, a Manton alum himself, started his business in 2001, so now in his 20th year. His coverage area is wide in Northwest Michigan from Big Rapids north to this very same Charlevoix. They will serve single families as well as larger multi-unit complexes. Wilder's offers 24-hour service. They do take care of the customer, and no job is too small. Chad Wilder has always been a faithful sponsor of Manton basketball being broadcast on the radio and internet since we began doing that 4 seasons ago. So thanks to Wilder Heating and Cooling as one of our live stream sponsors.
Well, Swan, all told, I guess not a terrible start. I think we've had some good looks at the bucket. Charlevoix is doing a good job moving the ball around the perimeter against our zone. They are getting quite a few 3 looks, and we've only hit one of them, so that's to our advantage, obviously. So.
Absolutely right. And if they continue to shoot a poor percentage from outside, then that's a good defense to stick with.
And we missed 4 free throws in the first quarter, so, I mean, we make them, it's a tie ball game.
Here we go, second quarter. Charlevoix up 11-7. And ball off Charlevoix's foot, Petrosky's foot. Turnover to the Rangers. See if the Rangers can capitalize here and cut into this lead just a little bit. And we're going to get a foul call underneath on Charlevoix as she just tried to go right through the screen that was being set. Rangers will inbound. Inbound pass to Asia Taylor. Nice out of bounds play. Gets the Rangers 2 and pulls them within 2 at 11-9. And that's just what we were talking about, Smarty.
Yeah.
Lauren out there sometimes will pick up a foul or two that really isn't necessary. When she was in the middle of that zone, that wasn't a strong possibility. But now she's out chasing again. Ball blocked, shot blocked, back out. Shot up by Petrosky, no good. And ball out of bounds in the far corner. Nobody touched it. Be Ranger basketball. They got a chance here to tie it up. Wilder trying to weave her way down in. Nice pass underneath to Taylor. Just couldn't get it off over the rim, off the board. But a nice look from Wilder. Play was set up well. Inside, ball kicked back out for 3. No good. There was a whistle, and it hit the shot went high and hit the support.
Is that what it was? I didn't know it hit the top of the backboard of the support. So, boy, Charlevoix just keeps launching those threes.
Yes, they do. It looks like something they're used to doing. I'd say it's not a new thing. Wilder spinning into the lane, out to Taylor. Here's Powers. Helser for 3, right side, in and out. And rebound to Collins. Petrosky to Sherrill. Post underneath. Shepard, turnaround, no good, and Taylor with the rebound. Grace War making a move to the hoop. scoop shot, no good. Charlevoix still up 2. Petrosky into the lane. Her shot around and off. Gets her own rebound. Kicks it back outside. Collins, her shot no good. And rebound batted to Asa Taylor. Wilder into the lane. Shot up. No good. Taylor with the rebound. Out to War. Into the lane. 10-footer. No good. Wilder battling for the rebound, out of bounds to Charlevoix.
I got a nice second look there.
Yeah, again, good looks. Just need to get some of those to fall. 11-9, Charlevoix on top. 5:20 left to go, first half. Petrosky back to Sherrill. Down in the corner, Collins. Rangers staying in that zone. Get a deflection, but to Charlevoix. Here's Collins for a 3. Around and off. Rebound, Charlevoix. Put back, no good. And Petrosky with it. You'd like to limit it to one shot. Defensively, we're in a zone there, but Charlevoix able to get a couple of offensive rebounds. Pass inside to Eaton, kicks it back outside. Petrosky with the shot, going to be short. Out of bounds to Charlevoix.
Well, we got another go at this one.
Yes.
Hey.
Ranger defense got to put a stop to this. Petrosky, Collins. Here's Sherrill into the lane, lost the handle. Powers with the steal. Sam Powers with the basketball. Gives it up to Helsel. Here's War. Sees an opening, takes it in, scores it. Grace War with a nice aggressive move. Off the glass, ties it at 11.
That was a really neat shot.
It was, very nice. Right hand on the left side.
That was one of those situations where if she would have went with her left hand, which she wanted to, I don't think she would have got the shot off.
Yep. Another 3 attempt, no good, but the rebound to Charlevoix. Put back, no good, and the Rangers pull it down. Grace War with the rebound. So Rangers with a chance here to take the lead. Wilder into the lane, kind of a wild shot off the glass, no good. Charlevoix with the rebound. Petrosky right into the lane, all the way to the bucket, scores it. Junior Taylor Petrosky with the bucket, puts Charlevoix back on top. Powers with the shot, no good. Helsel with the rebound for the Rangers, back outside to War. Powers again for 3 this time, no good, but right there's Taylor with the offensive rebound, and on the putback, she draws the foul and will go to the free throw line.
After a while there, Swan, we're getting a little old track meet going on, I believe.
So Taylor at the line, shooting 2. Chance to tie things up. And it won't happen this time. Lauren Shepard checking back in for Charlevoix. Easy with the second free throw. Up and good. 13-12, Charlevoix up 1, 2:50 left to go, second quarter. Stay with us at halftime. We'll have first half stats for you and update on upcoming games. A lot of changes for the boys and girls in upcoming games, so you want to stay with us on that one. Charlevoix turns it over. Helsel with the basketball, taking it right at Petrosky. No good, and gets the ball back. Kicks it back out to Powers. Petrosky has some height in there, and Lauren had, not Lauren, but Miss Helsel had trouble getting the shot up over her.
Yes.
Charlevoix does have a little height inside.
Yeah, just a little bit, like an inch or so on each one of our girls. So, per person.
Post inside to Petrosky. Shot up, no good. And you get a jump ball call on the rebound. At least that time we got half the rebound. So possession arrow gives the Rangers the ball.
Well, Petrosky seems to have adjusted their strategy. They're trying to take the ball inside to the post a lot more in this second quarter than they were in the first quarter.
Powers to Helsel. In the corner, Wilder. And we're going to get a call. Officials talking about it. And the call is against Charlevoix. They were talking about which way that foul was going to go, but Charlevoix coach doesn't agree with it. And we're going to have a 1-and-1 situation.
Supposed to be, yeah.
All right. So the officials getting that straight, and Grace Ward is going to be at the line shooting 1-and-1.
All righty. That was on Sharon. That's her second, team seventh of the half.
And first one no good. Charlevoix with the rebound. Posted underneath to Williams. Bounce pass other side of the lane to Eaton. Her shot no good. Powers with the rebound. 13-12. Charlevoix up 1. Wilder into the lane and whistle against the Raiders will send Lauren Wilder to the line. So far, Charlevoix has been playing the man-to-man the entire first half, while the Rangers have thrown a zone at Charlevoix. Again, free throw, no good. And boy, the Rangers have had their chances at the line. Smarty, we'll get some numbers from you at halftime.
Yeah.
Boy, they've missed a lot of free throws.
Yeah, they've missed more than they've made, I'll tell you that right now.
Helsel with the shot just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound to the Raiders. Here comes Petrosky. Taylor Petrosky seems to be the center of everything that happens here with Charlevoix offensively. Now she's trying to post inside. And she's a tall physical presence down on the block. There's a deflection, and Wilder with the steal. 50 seconds left to go. To Powers, her shot up, no good, and Charlevoix with the rebound. And Petrosky takes it right to the hoop. Grace Ward stood her ground, but the call is going to go against the Rangers.
Yeah, she just started sliding her feet at the last second. She picked up that blocking call. So that's just a second foul on Manton for this first half. Excuse me.
Petrosky hits the first one. 14-12. Charlevoix up 2. Just 38 seconds left to go here in the first half. Second free throw also good. We'll see what the Rangers can do here in the last 30 seconds of our first half. They trail by 3. Wilder looking to penetrate, kicks it out to Helsel. Into the lane, down in the corner, Powers. Bounce pass to Taylor. Working it around. Here's Wilder. 10 seconds. I'll do something with it. Here's Helsel. To Wilder. Puts up a long 3. Got it. At the buzzer, Lauren Wilder ties it up at 15 with the last second bucket. It's almost as if they planned it that way. Couldn't have happened any better.
Yeah, Little different scoring situation here in the second quarter, Juan.
Well, that is the end of the first half, and our halftime score tied at 15. And as I mentioned, stay with us. We'll have our first half stats as Smarty gets a couple moments to work on that. And big news update on both the boys and girls schedules, as next week is the final week of the regular season. We'll have JV results from earlier this afternoon, and we'll look ahead to the second half in our halftime report brought to you by Bostic's Drugstore. This is Rick Swanson along with Jim Smart coming to you from Manton High School. And the Rangers today hosting the Lady Raiders of Charlevoix. These two have not played each other. If you tuned us in the pregame, they have not played each other since the opening game of a season ago. So that would have been back in actual 19, in the probably December of 19, and the Rangers defeated Charlevoix by 3, but haven't seen each other since then. Let's go through our quarter scores, and in the opening quarter, Charlevoix jumped out to a 4-point lead, 11-7. But in the second quarter, the Rangers came back to win the quarter by 4, 8-4. So that brings us to our rather low-scoring game of 15-15. But Charlevoix had a low-scoring affair last night, 26-23, in their loss to Boyne City. So I'm not sure if this is typical for them, but rather low scoring here at halftime. So, JP, let me go to you and look at some individual numbers.
All righty, thanks, Swan. 15 points per team for the first half, so we don't have a lot of high scores here. For Charlevoix, Michaela Sharon, number 14, has 7 points, and Taylor Petrosky, number 24, has 6 points. So between those two girls, they've done the bulk of the scoring. And from the free throw line, Charlevoix's 2 for 2. And for Manton, Lauren Weiler leads us. She's got 8 points and hit that big 3 right at the end of the second quarter. And Asia Taylor has 5 points. According to my stats, Asia's also got 7 rebounds in the first half as well. And between Lauren and Asia, that's 13 of our 15 points, and Grace War has the other 2. But here's the big number, Swan. We are 4 of 11 from the line in the first half. So opportunities presented themselves, and we're a better free throw shooting team than that. I guarantee you that. So.
Well, not just at the line, but as we were saying, they've had a lot of good looks even inside. And we'll give a little credit to Charlevoix's defense. They have some height in there, which is probably altering some of those shots. But the Rangers have had good looks at the bucket, both from the field and free throw line.
Right.
And if they can put together any kind of percentage-wise and improve on that shooting, certainly going to help their chances in the second half today, as we are tied here at halftime at 15 apiece. So each team a little different approach defensively. Charlevoix playing a man-to-man the entire first half. Rangers playing a zone. And Charlevoix did settle for a lot of those three-point attempts against Manton's zone. And then, as you said, Smarty, the second quarter, tried to work it inside a little bit more. They moved Petrosky, who looks to me like one of their main players, moved her inside to try and get her the ball down there. But they held Charlevoix to 4 points in the second quarter. So defensively, Rangers doing a nice job.
Yes, and that's, Charlevoix had a couple times they had second and third, and one time four possessions down there, and we still held them to 4 points. So,
well, that would be another area to try and shore up in the second half. Not only a better shooting percentage, but limiting Charlevoix's offensive rebounds.
Yes, and in the first quarter, we did a nice job of putting a body on somebody when the shot went up, and we kind of got away from that. And there was a little spurt there in the second quarter where both teams were just running up down the floor and nobody was stopping the ball, and then a lot of these kids were going coast to coast with the ball, and just getting a good look at it. So you got to stop Hall.
Right.
You got to stop
Right.
that penetration.
So again, at halftime here, we are tied 15-15. Let's talk about the JV game from earlier this afternoon. JV's got underway at noon today. Little difference in the schedule, having a Saturday afternoon game. But in the JV contest, Charlevoix defeated the JV Rangers 30-17. 30-17, Charlevoix the winner in the JV contest. Now let's go through mass changes in the boys and girls upcoming schedule as we enter the final week of the regular season next week. Let's talk about the girls first. Manton was to play Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. They were going to have 3 games in 4 days. And if you count today, 4 games in 6 days. But I just heard, as I talked to Athletic Director Scott Bender when I arrived here today, NMC has called and canceled their game with Manton next Tuesday. So what the girls have left to close out the season is Monday at Houghton Lake, and that's a 5:30 start for the varsity. Manton at Houghton Lake Monday, and then at Beale City Thursday. Now, also, Mr. Bender expressed the idea that they might possibly look for somebody to fill in that Tuesday date, but maybe a half-hearted approach type thing. If somebody really wanted to play and wanted to come in, that could be filled. But as of right now, the Tuesday game at NMC canceled. And that was NMC, Smarty. We're kind of speculating that NMC has a really nice girls team over there. And in Division 4, they can do some damage. They were in the regional final last year also when the season was shut down. And they've got a lot of girls back. They looked really good against Manton here a week or so ago. And I think they're just playing it safe with the tournament the next week, and they don't want to put themselves in a position where maybe they can come up with COVID problems.
Yeah, and let's be honest, we've seen a spike in the COVID cases in the Wexford area, the greater Wexford area, and you can't blame them, because if they shut down at this time of the year, their tournament run is over before it even gets started.
Exactly.
So, I mean, some people would say, well, you know, what's going on? But, you got to take a look at the bigger picture here. And, you can see it in the college range, Duke shut down their program, and other schools have shut down their program. And if you've got a shot at a run, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks, I guess.
Well, it happened here just a few nights ago when McBain was here. The teams were warming up, and both schools decided just not to try it. Again, McBain with a really nice boys team. They don't want any problems heading into the tournament either. Now, as far as the boys are concerned, there has been a COVID case with our JV team, and so the boys have lost 3 games here. One last night. The game against Everett was canceled. Monday's home game with Music is canceled. Wednesday's game at NMC is canceled. All of those are from our perspective, from the Manton perspective, not the other schools. So the only game right now that the boys have left before the tournament is next Friday at Beale City. So the guys have one more game, Smarty, to kind of get ready for tournament play.
And the unfortunate thing, it's my understanding that when they're on this hiatus, that they can't practice.
Correct.
Correct.
And
so therefore, I mean, the kids are going home and sitting around, and it's just unfortunate that this pandemic is having the lasting effects that it has.
That's for sure. We'll go over all those changes again for you after the game in our post game today, if you missed any of those. So we are ready to get the second half underway. We are tied at 15, and the Rangers have the possession arrow. So here we go in quarter number 3. Powers down low to Taylor, back out Powers. Her shot up, no good, and Petrosky with the rebound. Kick back outside to her, into the lane. Turkelson to Sherrill. Back to Petrosky for three. Got it. Taylor Petrosky with the three-pointer for Charlevoix. Quickly ahead to Helsel, taking it to the hoop. Her shot up and in, and she'll go to the line, trying to complete the three-point play. So heads up pass there to Leah Helsel, and Leah has a chance to tie it up.
The foul was on Cameron Turkelson. That's her third, and the team's first in the second half.
Free throw does go, and we are tied at 18. First few seconds of the third quarter. Trying to post underneath, ball swatted away. Rangers on the break. Wilder ahead to Taylor, shot no good. Wilder with the putback, no good. Again, Taylor, no good. And Grace War has it as it's batted outside.
Got a couple good looks underneath, John.
Well, that's what we were talking about too at halftime. Got to make those count. Grace War into the lane, down to Taylor. 10-footer baseline, no good. Petrosky with the rebound.
A little 10-footer is a nice shot to take.
Sherrill with the basketball, down to Shepard, inside to Petrosky. Kicks it back out to Turkelson. Good shot, good. Three-pointer from Cameron Turkelson. And Charlevoix up again by 3. Wilder spin move in the lane, lost it to Petrosky. Charlevoix with the steal. Bounce pass ahead to Turkelson, off the glass, got it. Nice left hand off the glass, and Charlevoix's opened up a 5-point lead, 23-18 over the Rangers.
Yeah, I just anticipated that timeout coming. So, all right, here we go. We got a timeout sponsor, Bostick's Drugstore. Owner Mike Moffett purchased the business from John Bostick in 2011 after 5 generations of Bostick owners. Now serving the community for over 130 years. And let me tell you, they do a wonderful job because that's where we go, and they just bend over backwards to help you out. They will fulfill all your pharmacy needs. They also offer unique gifts, all occasion cards, greeting cards, willow tree figurines, and Beanie Babies. Bostick's is also a great stop for Ranger sportswear. You can get sweatshirts, t-shirts, and all kinds of hats. Bostick's has always been a loyal supporter of Manton Ranger Athletics. 824-6465.
Rangers with the basketball. That Ranger timeout, sponsored by Wilder Heating and Cooling. So the Rangers back on the offense now, trailing by 5. Kicked out to Taylor. Here's Powers for 3. Her shot, no good. Long rebound, knocked out of bounds to Charlevoix, saying Helsel touched it last. Rangers still in that zone, just extending it a little bit on that particular Charlevoix possession. Drive on the baseline, shot no good, and Taylor chases down the rebound. Gives it up to Grace War to Powers. Nice time for a couple Ranger points here. Don't want Charlevoix to stretch this lead out, but Charlevoix comes up with a steal. Here's Petrosky in the lane. Her shot no good. Putback blocked. And another putback blocked. And the ball squirts out to Grace War, who takes it to the other end. Caught from behind by Turkelson, who knocked it out of bounds. So Manton will have the basketball under their own basket. Wilder into Taylor. Working around to Wilder. No shot there. Lauren just brings it out to set offense once again. spin move in the lane, shot up is no good. Bounced around 3 times and came out. And there's Wilder with nice defensive play, causing the jump ball. Possession arrow is with Charlevoix.
That time she didn't reach, she went straight up, and that's why they didn't call the foul on her.
So third quarter moving right along. We're just about halfway through the third quarter. Post underneath, and the bucket's good to Petrosky. And Taylor Petrosky will go to the free throw line, shooting 1.
Well, she really established nice inside position that time, and unfortunately Grace was just on her hip, and
free throw is good. And Charlevoix leads it 26-18. And as we said last possession, Rangers need some offense. Everybody kind of standing around while we're waiting for something to happen.
looks like we're a little confused here.
I would agree. There's a lot of stationary positions for the Rangers. Grace Ward makes a move into the lane. Her shot, no good. Gets her own rebound. And there's a Raider steal. Eaton with the shot, no good. But freshman Carly Eaton will go to the free throw line for Charlevoix.
Yeah, that's just a bad turnover by us.
First one, no good.
That's the first free throw Charlevoix missed tonight. But they've only shot 4, so still.
Second one, no good. Rebound to Taylor. Here come the Rangers in need of some points. And Charlevoix kicked it out of bounds to the Rangers. Manton with just 3 points so far in this third quarter compared to 11 for Charlevoix. We were tied at 15 at halftime. Inbound pass to War, through her hands to Petrosky. 3-on-2 break for the Raiders. And pass stolen by Wilder. So Charlevoix turns it over. Nice steal by Lauren.
That's just good hustle.
Wilder with the screen. Helso back to Powers. And Charlevoix with another steal. This time Eaton takes it to the hoop, blocked by Wilder. But the Raiders still with the basketball. Petrosky at the elbow, shot up, got it. Taylor Petrosky, the big difference in this second half for Charlevoix.
Yeah, she's a player, there's no doubt about it.
And she's increased the Raider lead to 28-18 with 2:26 left to go here in the third quarter. That Ranger timeout sponsored by Wilder Heating and Cooling. Sponsor spotlight for Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. Owner Troy Voglar, Manton resident, has 20 years of experience in helping to keep the environment clean by properly disposing of contaminants. If you're wondering what to do with that used oil, wastewater, machine coolants, oil filters, oily rags, and so forth, give Troy a call. He started his own business 3 years ago and is experienced. He's local and loyal to customers, both commercial and residential. Again, looking for someone to haul and properly dispose of your wastewater or used oil? Call Troy Voglar of Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. And you can get a hold of Troy at 231-429-8489. That's 231-429-8489. And thanks to Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. So could be, Smarty, that Coach Katona saw the Rangers standing around a little bit also. Got a timeout there to talk things over.
Yeah.
So Lauren Wilder with the basketball. And a little more movement here right off the bat. Going inside the lane, Taylor out to Helsel. And ball on the floor, Petrosky with the steal. 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Coming to you from Manton this afternoon. On a rare Saturday matchup, the Lady Rangers of Manton hosting the Lady Raiders of Charlevoix, and the Raiders turn it over. Here come the Rangers. Lauren Wilder into the lane and draws the whistle. And they're going to say she was putting the ball up for a shot, so Lauren's at the free throw line shooting 2. Had to wait a second to see if they're going to call it on a drive or on the shot.
Yeah. Good at one against Lauren as well. But that's kind of like an NBA call there, so
Yeah.
not to criticize it.
First one in and out. Again, problems at the free throw line for the Rangers. Second one is good. So the Rangers cut it to 9, and Rangers showing some full court pressure there. Charlevoix head coach calls a timeout. Maybe just to make sure they know what they're doing and what he would like them to do against this full court pressure from the Rangers. So Charlevoix leading it 28-19 here in the third. And really been Charlevoix here, Smarty, in the third quarter.
Oh boy, big time. You know, and they're kind of making some shots that they missed the first half, and they're hustling down the floor and playing good at both ends. So.
Charlevoix really led the game right up to the closing second of the first half when Lauren Wilder hit a long 3 to tie it at halftime. So the Rangers had an opportunity here in the third to maybe take the lead, but Charlevoix now leading it by 9.
Yeah, it's kind of been all Charlevoix. I mean, they went up by 3 early on in the third quarter, and then we tied it back up, and then since then it's been quite the push.
So Charlevoix inbounding against the pressure from the Rangers. We'll see how Charlevoix handles it. Got deflection from Grace War. There's the trap. And we get a jump ball call. So at least on the first try, the Ranger pressure works and causes the jump ball. And the arrow is with the Rangers. Does that look better?
Yeah, and they did a real nice job being patient with it to set that back.
Now we need some offense to happen.
Yeah, we need a bucket here bad.
Wilder to Ward, down to Helsel, left wing, looking to post. There's Shepler underneath. And we're going to get a call against the Raiders as Morgan Shepler had the ball down on the block, and defense was a little too aggressive down there.
That is Torkelson's fourth foul.
Wilder with the inbound. Comes into Taylor on the baseline. Into the lane, puts up a runner, right hand, no good. And Collins with the rebound. Collins, as we said in the first half, just a freshman. Raiders have 3 freshmen on their varsity. No seniors. Rangers in their zone, and finally underneath to Collins. Back outside. Petrosky hasn't touched the ball yet this particular possession. There's a free throw, 15-footer put up, no good, but Petrosky gets the rebound to get her hands on the ball. 30 seconds left to go here, third quarter. Left wing, Eaton, her shot up, no good. And Scheffler with the board to Wilder. 20 seconds to go. Nice to get a bucket here before the end of the quarter. Wilder with the basketball. We're down to 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Gets a screen. And the call is against the Rangers on setting the screen, so Charlevoix basketball with 3.4 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, they called that on Morgan Scheffler. That's the team's third, her first.
So see if they can let one fly. Here's Petrosky from short, and that is the end of the third quarter from Manton this afternoon. And at the end of 3, the Lady Raiders of Charlevoix 28, the Lady Rangers of Manton 19. So in that third quarter, the Raiders put up 13 compared to 4 for the Rangers.
Yeah, and they got some good looks, and they did a nice job. Bottom line.
Rangers had held Charlevoix to 4 in that second quarter. Now Charlevoix just returned the favor and held the Rangers to 4 in the third quarter. Again, stay with us after the game today. We'll have a breakdown of our statistics for today's game and also go over all those changes again in the boys and girls schedule during the last week of the regular season next week. Changes to the boys and girls schedules.
Which seems to be the norm, rather than...
It has been. It has been.
Hey, Swan, as I look down at that scores table, I see Angie Taylor's running the book, and she's been doing that for us for years, and Brian Shepler's running the clock, and let me tell you, he's as steady as they come. He helps at the football games and now at the basketball games.
You're absolutely right. Both of them veterans at their positions.
Yeah, very dependable.
Nice to mention their names, Smarty. So Charlevoix with possession arrow to start the fourth quarter. And Petrosky double team. Kicks it down low to Cerro. And gets away to Petrosky. Skip pass, Collins. And ball stolen. Just taken right away from her by Grace Ward. Now the Rangers need some instant offense. Wilder with the shot up. Got it. Well, I said instant, and that took about 2 seconds, so maybe we'll try that next time. 28-21. Rangers cut it to 7. Certainly not out of it. A lot of time left. And a whistle against the Rangers. Neither team close to the bonus yet.
Yeah, they called that on War. That's her third. Team's fourth for the half.
Inbounding to Shepard. Comes into Petrosky. Long 3. No good. And rebound to Asia Taylor. But Charlevoix comes away with it. Grace Ward causes the jump ball, trying to take it away from Charlevoix. And now the Rangers have possession arrow, so they can cut into this Charlevoix lead a little bit more.
Grace is just a scrappy ball player, isn't she?
Sam Powers back to Wilder. Wilder spin move in the lane, out to Powers, just inside the three-point line. No good, and Williams comes away with the rebound for Charlevoix. Cheryl double team, gets it away to Turkelson, who's back in with those 4 fouls. Pass deflected, but right back to Charlevoix. Nobody underneath defensively, but they can't get it to fall. And Charlevoix able to maintain possession. Petrosky baseline. Kicks it back outside. Move into the lane. And Good call against the Rangers. Charlevoix will inbound.
Call on Grace War. That's her 4th. Team's 5th.
Grace does play very aggressively. She's caused a couple jump balls here just recently. Petrosky trying to kick it out. She does. 28-21. Charlevoix on top. 5:50 left to go in the ballgame. Skip pass all the way across to Petrosky. Takes it into the lane, off the glass, no good. Taylor with the rebound. And the Rangers need a bucket. Wilder, open look, got it. Lauren Wilder, 15-footer. Defense just kind of spread away from her, and she found herself open. And that gets the Rangers within 5 at 28-23. Whistle against the Rangers as they apply that defensive pressure. Charlevoix will inbound.
Fouls on Wilder. That's her 2nd. Team 6th.
Long 3 put up by Lauren Shepard. No good. Rebound to Sam Powers. Here's Wilder into the lane and draws a whistle against Charlevoix. And once again on the shot, so Lauren Wilder will shoot 2 and can cut down this Raider lead significantly.
Well, they called that on Kirkleton. That's her 5th. I thought the foul was on 24. I was mistaken.
So Collins checks back in for Turkelson. Freshman for a junior as Cameron Turkelson is fouled out. But Collins has seemed to handle herself well, so I don't think there'll be a drop-off there for Charlevoix too much. As Wilder hits the first one to pull the Rangers within 4 at 28-24. Second one up and around and in. And we got a 3-point ball game, 28-25, as the Rangers have come alive here a little bit in the 4th quarter. Sherrill double teamed on the left side, able to bring it back out. Here's Collins for 3, no good. Sam Powers with the rebound, and she's going to be called for double dribble. So turnover Rangers. And timeout taken on the floor by Charlevoix.
Well, we're making this one interesting, Swan.
Yes, it is. Rangers coming back.
Here we go. Here's another one of our supporters, Shepler Well Drilling. Owner Randy Shepler is a Manton alum and has been in business since 1992. They will provide honest, reliable, and professional service from your original well to any problems you may have years down the road. They offer a 5-year warranty on new installations, parts, and labor. Prompt service is a trademark. Randy has also been an avid supporter of Manton Athletics over the years. Call 231-824-6505. Once again, 824-6505 for Shepler's Well Drilling. Thank you, Randy.
So Charlevoix led it here by 9 starting the 4th, and the Rangers have outscored Charlevoix 6-0 here in the 4th quarter. Smarty?
Just what we needed to get things rolling. We just got to keep it going.
Raiders inbounding, following their timeout. Into Petrosky, but the ball's stolen, and we get a whistle. We're going to have a call against the Raiders. It'll be Manton basketball as the Rangers came up with the steal.
And that's the 2nd foul on Lauren Shepard. That's Charlevoix's 15th foul of the half.
Wilder with the basketball. Charlevoix still man-to-man as they have been the whole ball game. Ball batted away, and Collins came up from behind for the steal. and lost it out of bounds to the Rangers. So Manton lucky that time. Collins just kind of snuck up behind Wilder for the steal.
Yeah, I kind of didn't see her coming.
There's another steal by Charlevoix. Rangers need to take care of the basketball. And bucket by Kayla Sharo for Charlevoix. Quickly ahead to Taylor. Her shot up, no good, but she's going to go to the free throw line. So the Rangers looking deep saw Asia Taylor. Nice pass, resulting in the foul and 2 free throws.
Fouls on Shepard, her third.
First one's good. Rangers need to at least keep pace here. Be nice to stay within that single possession. Now trail by 4, 30-26. Second one up and good. Asia hits them both. Charlevoix lead now cut to 3 with 4:05 left to go in the ball game. Down in the corner, Sherrill. Back outside, Collins. And lost the handle. Out of bounds. Turnover Charlevoix. Ranger basketball. And one freshman checking in for another. Carly Eaton into the Charlevoix lineup, replacing Collins.
Here comes a little full court pressure.
Powers into the lane, gives it up to Taylor. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Charlevoix, but Sam Powers right there to cause the jump ball. Possession arrow to Charlevoix. Nice defensive play, then the Rangers get the next one.
Yep. I think Asia was a little surprised to see that pass come back to her. She kind of went, whoop, let her shoot it.
And Charlevoix pass, saved from going out of bounds. Back to Petrosky. Baseline Williams. Clears it, cross court. Shot up for 3, no good. Asia Taylor there for the rebound. So the Rangers with a good opportunity here. Helsel out to Powers. Wilder. Into the lane. And we get a call against Charlevoix. And both teams now in the bonus. So Lauren Wilder at the free throw line.
That foul is on Michaela Sharon. That's her 4th. And I would assume she's shooting 1-on-1 Lauren Wilder.
First one's good. That pulls the Rangers within 2 at 30-28. Second one also good. And we got a 1-point ball game with 3 minutes left to go.
It's going to be fun down the stretch.
Petrosky on the drive will go to the free throw line. A little spin move of her own. And Taylor Petrosky shooting 2. Rangers have only allowed 2 points here so far in the 4th quarter to Charlevoix.
That was Grace Moore's 5th foul flying. She's now has to take a bench.
So with Grace fouling out, we now have Morgan Schepler in for her. And timeout taken by Coach Katona. That Ranger timeout sponsored by Wilder Heating and Cooling. So with about 3 minutes left to go here, Smarty, Rangers have gotten themselves right back in the ballgame. Now we'll see if they can just finish it off.
And not that I'm superstitious or anything, but the free throw shooting is what got us back into this ball game. In this 4th quarter, we're 6 for 6 from the line, so that's huge.
So that's turned around, as we talked about at halftime. Missed free throws were a problem in the first half.
So it's going to make for an exciting finish.
If you joined us late, Charlevoix started out with the early lead. They led at 11-7 at the end of 1. Manton came back Manton came back on a three-pointer at the buzzer, ending the first half by Lauren Wilder to tie it up 15 at halftime. But then Charlevoix opened up a 9-point lead at the end of 3, and now the fourth quarter has been spent by the Rangers trying to come back from that 9-point deficit. And they have cut it to 1, but Petrosky's at the line. She does have nice shooting form and a nice touch. And second one is no good. Rebound to Taylor for the Rangers. So Manton with a chance to tie it up. Quickly ahead to Shepler, and Charlevoix with the steal. And Rangers almost get it back. Raiders keep possession. Here's Cheryl with the basketball. And Charlevoix will be happy to hold it outside if the Rangers aren't going to put any pressure on it. They do extend the defense. They do a little chasing. And got covered deep defensively. There's one time to go deep, and Asia Taylor's there for the steal. Ahead to Helsel, and to save it from going out of bounds, Leah just flung it back in. Jump ball. Rangers have possession error with 2 minutes left to go. All right, need to tie this thing up.
Yeah, here we go.
With just 2 minutes. And the bounce pass on the out of bounds line. Turnover Rangers. And a timeout taken by Charlevoix as they lead it by 2 with the ball.
Yep, we just had a couple of turnovers here in the last minute that are hurting us, coming back to haunt us a little bit. So we just need to get a stop and get another good look at the bucket.
Exactly. Stay with us at the end of the ball game. We'll have our rundown of how the game progressed, and Coach Smart will have his individual statistics for us. And we'll go over once again the changes in both the boys and girls schedules for next week. In this COVID world that is presenting itself here to teams the week before the state tournament. So stay with us. We'll have those changes, cancellations. So here we go, 31-29. Charlevoix leads it. They have the ball with 1:57 left to go. Rangers applying some pressure. And Sam Powers almost with the steal, got a little deflection. Putting some pressure on. They're going to have to do it defensively. Here's Petrosky breaking free. It looks like Charlevoix will be happy to hold the ball and go to the free throw line.
Well, this is who we don't want to foul.
Lost the handle, did Petrosky, but they got bailed out by a foul call against the Rangers. So Petrosky's at the free throw line.
That is Lauren's third foul.
Shooting 1-and-1. First one's good. Second one up also good, and the Raiders lead it by 4. So once again, Rangers need some points. We got to cut it down to 1 possession. Wild with the basketball, gets a screen from Taylor. Kicks it out to Taylor. Here's Helsel to Wilder. Wilder step back 3. Got it. Lauren Wilder with a big 3. Top of the circle. And the lead is once again 1 for Charlevoix with 1:10 left to go. Cheryl with the basketball. If we're going to foul somebody, we don't want to foul Petrosky.
No.
Taylor with the steal. Cross-court pass results in the steal. Shot up, got it. Asa Taylor with the steal and the bucket, and the Rangers have the lead. Petrosky now takes it to the hoop. And whistle will send Petrosky to the free throw line. That whistle on the drive. So the shot does not count. Rangers lead it by 1, 42 seconds to go.
They called that on Wilder, that's her fourth.
First free throw is good, and that ties it at 34. Second free throw coming for the junior. And she's got it, rattled around. Shepler into Wilder. 40 seconds to go, Rangers trail by 1. They have battled back to give themselves a chance here in the fourth quarter. Kicked out to Taylor, her shot up, got it. Asa Taylor just inside the three-point line gives the Rangers the lead once again with 25 seconds to go. Timeout taken by Charlevoix. Boy, a couple of big buckets here.
Oh boy.
From Wilder and Taylor. And the Rangers have the lead. They have battled back from a 9-point deficit starting the fourth quarter and lead it by 1 at 36-35. But now they have to play defense.
Yes, they do. And it doesn't look like Asia's hands bothering her a
No,
lot.
no, it's not.
She's had a lot of rebounds, and she's got some nice touch on the ball, especially on that last shot.
If it is bothering her, she might want to consider wearing that brace every game,
Yeah.
whether it hurts or not. But both teams in the bonus, so Charlevoix with the basketball. Of course, they have options, but I don't think they want to wait too long. The Manton boys were in this situation against Pine River not long ago. You don't want to wait till the last second, just in case you do miss. You want to give yourself another opportunity. So I would expect them to put a shot up here relatively quickly. 23
We don't want to foul
seconds.
Petrosky, that's for sure. That's who's going to
And she's got the basketball. Guarded by Wilder, who has 4 fouls. So Lauren has to be careful. Spin move in the lane. Puts up the shot, no good. And Taylor with the rebound. And Asa Taylor's going to go to the free throw line with 10 seconds left in the ballgame. So I think Charlevoix had the ball in the hands of the girl they wanted, Petrosky, but her turnaround was short.
Yeah, and that was as a result of our defense. We had good defense right in the face. So that foul was on Lauren Shepard. That's her fourth, according to that.
First free throw from Taylor's good. This next one would be a big one. This is a big one. I like Coach Katona pulling everybody back on defense. No chance of fouling on rebounds. Big free throw. Gives the Rangers a 3-point lead with 10 seconds to go. And now, unless heaven forbid you foul on a made three-pointer, now the least the Rangers can do is at least a tie.
Exactly. And they just got to play good defense and.
Well, offensively.
Bottom line is if they foul and put somebody on the line, they got to make sure that they, put pressure, don't give up an easy bucket, and if you're going to foul somebody, don't foul Petrosky, first of all. And the ball's going to be in her hands.
Yes, yes.
But you can't give up the three. Good looking three. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
So as
Our
soon as
cameraman guy here, he's a little.
Well, look at what the Rangers have done offensively, Smarty. Through the first 3 quarters, Manton had 19. They have doubled their output here in the fourth quarter.
8 for 8 from the line in the fourth quarter.
That's big. That's huge. So Charlevoix with the basketball. 10 seconds to go, and the Rangers lead it by 3. huge comeback by the Rangers here in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Petrosky with the basketball, puts up the three, and no good, but Charlevoix with the rebound, put up another one, and that's the buzzer. The Rangers have come back to win it 38-35 against Charlevoix here in Manton this afternoon. What a finish for the Lady Rangers. So stay with us. We will recap the scoring. We'll have an update on the schedules for the boys and girls, which I mentioned has changed quite a bit, and possibly talk to Coach Katona in our post-game report brought to you by Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. So let me look at what's happened with the records. Both Manton and Charlevoix came into this one with identical 6-5 records overall. And with the win, the Rangers have improved their record to 7-5, while Charlevoix falls to 6-6 overall. This is Rick Swanson and Jim Smart bringing you the action this afternoon from Manton High School. And the Rangers have had a big, I'll say huge, fourth quarter comeback, trailing by 9 entering the fourth, and they end up winning it by 3. Let me trace through the quarter scores for you, see how the game progressed. Charlevoix really led the ball game through the entire first half until the last second. But at the end of one, Charlevoix led it 11-7. In the second quarter, Manton outscored Charlevoix 8-4 with a last-second shot at the buzzer to send the game into halftime tied at 15. In the third quarter, Charlevoix picked it up, and they outscored Manton 13-4 and held a 9-point lead, 28-19, entering the fourth quarter. But at that point, Rangers just came to life and outscored Charlevoix 19-7 to win this one, 38-35, in a thriller here this afternoon. And
Thank you.
so a real thriller here, Smarty, and we had mentioned there, I think it was in the third quarter, when we said the Rangers were standing around a little bit. They just weren't getting any movement offensively. And we saw that in probably 2, 3, 4 straight possessions. And then Coach Katona probably saw the same thing, call a timeout. And boy, from that point on, Ranger offense just took off.
Oh, absolutely. And boy, that was exciting. That was an
It
exciting
certainly
finish,
was.
wasn't it?
Certainly was.
So
It's good to see the Rangers get the win after they did get the comeback.
yes, absolutely.
That they could hang on and come away with the win. So let me throw it back to you for some individual numbers.
Okay, let's talk about Charlevoix first. Leading the team in scoring was Taylor Petrosky. She had 19. Michaela Sharon ended up with 9. Cameron Turkelson 5, and Deani Collins 2. For the Rangers, Grace Warhead 2, Leah Helsel had 3, Asia Taylor had 13, Lauren Wilder led the team with 20 points. I had Asia with 14 rebounds, so this is the second game I worked with you, and she's had a double-double each time. But, you know, going into the fourth quarter, Swan, we were 6 of 14 from the line. In the fourth quarter, we were 8 for 8. And so that
fantastic.
That free throw shooting in the fourth quarter got us over the hump.
And Asia had missed a couple of ball games. It shows how important that she is to the club, and getting her back today was huge, coming up with a double-double.
Oh, absolutely. And she hit the 2 free throws at the end. And in the fourth quarter, she was 4 for 4 from the line, as was Lauren Wilder.
So difference in the ball game, Manton offense just came to life. As we said, they scored 19 through the first 3 quarters, and then another 19 in the fourth quarter alone. And defensively, did a nice job holding Charlevoix to 7 points in the fourth quarter to come away with the 3-point win today, 38-35 over Charlevoix. We want to trace through the changes in the boys and girls schedules for next week. Then we'll get Coach Katona in here and get a word from him. The girls next week have had Tuesday's game canceled at NMC, so what they have right now to close out the regular season is Monday at Houghton Lake, and that's a 5:30 start. Monday at Houghton Lake, and then Thursday at Beale City. Tuesday's game at NMC canceled. As far as the boys are concerned, of course, they had their game last night canceled at Everett. They have Monday's home game against Music canceled. They have Wednesday's game at NMC canceled. And those are all because of COVID protocol. So the only game the boys have left right now in the regular season is next Friday. They make the trip to Beale City before district tournament starts the following week. So Coach Katona, come on in. Thanks for joining us. And wow.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you how much we really need Asia, hey? I mean, she won that fourth quarter for us. She had a great steal and one, key rebounds, made her free throws. Definitely the player of the game in my book. Lauren's step back three was big too. Exciting finish, sloppy, ugly
Very
first
exciting.
3 quarters. So we decided to go with the 1-3-1 trap in the third, or end of the third, just to get it going in the fourth. And that kind of helped it, and they had some turnovers. So.
Well, Smarty and I had mentioned in the third quarter when Charlevoix had held your girls to 4 points that there was a lot of standing around on offense, and I know when you watch this, you're going to see it too. And after that happened 3-4 times, you got a timeout, and I'm sure you saw the same thing.
Yes.
From that point on, 19 points in the fourth quarter equaled what they had the rest of the ball game, and offense just came to life.
We had 19 points in the fourth quarter.
Yes. And 19 the rest of the game.
And 19 the rest of the game. Yeah, at that point in time when we were just basically standing around, I knew we had to create something defensively, and that's what we tried to do there. And we all know that basketball's a funny game. You could have a terrible 3 quarters, and all of a sudden you get a little momentum going, and you flush out all the negatives, and things start going for us. So yeah, it was a great way to finish the game, and a good win to cap the week. We didn't have particularly 2 good games in a row there. So coming into Monday's night game, it's nice to get this win today.
And will Moffa be back? Is that?
Yeah, and Megan will be back. So we won't be full strength because Asia's hand is not 100%. You could tell she's kind of favoring it a little bit, but it's so nice to have her back today.
Well, the way she shot the ball, we made the comment that maybe she should continue to wear the brace.
There you go.
Whether it hurts or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something was working there for her.
Yeah.
And the other big thing, your girls struggled at the free throw line in the first half, and wow, 8 for 8 in the fourth quarter.
Was it 8 for 8 in the fourth? Well, I told the girls at halftime that percentages don't lie. I said we missed a lot in the first half, so we're bound to make them in the second half. So,
Yeah.
So that's
Percentages got around to you.
That's right.
Well, Coach, thanks. A rare Saturday afternoon game, but boy, it ends on a good note as the Lady Rangers beat Charlevoix today as they come back in the fourth quarter, 38-35. So, Coach, thanks for stopping in, and good luck next week as you close out the regular season, and good luck with district tournament the next week.
Thanks. Looking forward to it.
All right. That's head coach J.P. Katona of the Lady Rangers. His girls with a big win here this afternoon over Charlevoix to improve their record to 7-5 on the season. So once again, let's recognize our sponsors: Boswick's Drugstore, Northern Michigan Environmental Transport, Shepler Well Drilling, and Wilder Heating and Cooling. And Jim Smart, who's with me here this afternoon. JP, thanks for your expertise and joining me again. And I'll go back to you one more time. Your final thoughts on the ball game, and if you got a player or players of the game, let's throw those out as well.
Well, I'm telling you, Swan, it's just a lot of fun. We get an exciting game that comes down to the last 30 seconds. It's just fun to watch. I don't care if it's kind of low scoring or whatever.
You bet.
It keeps you right on. Our
You
little
bet.
camera guy here, he was all shook up. So that was kind of fun to watch that too as well. So, well, I don't know. You got Lauren Wilder, who's pretty steady, but Asia with her rebounding, coming back, I think really gave the team a boost. And if you wanted me to pick a player of the game, that's probably who I'd pick. So.
Excellent choice. Asia and Lauren kind of carrying the team offensively today, but good to have Asia Taylor back in the lineup, that is for sure. So our post-game report has been brought to you by Northern Michigan Environmental Transport. That's going to do it from Manton High School this afternoon. This is Rick Swanson, and on behalf of my partner Jim Smart, we thank you for joining us. and hope you'll follow the next Manton basketball broadcast if we have some broadcasts. Let me clarify that. It would happen if we can broadcast during the tournament, if it's determined that we may do so. And of course, I'm talking about COVID protocols and so forth. We would have to set up in other gyms. The boys' district is in Houghton Lake. The girls' district is in McBain. So we'll see what works out. Otherwise, this will be the last live stream of the season with us broadcasting. It's been fun, and again, I thank the sponsors for helping it take shape. So once again, our final score this afternoon from Manton: the Lady Rangers of Manton 38, the Lady Raiders of Charlevoix 35.